What's going on, YouTube? My name is Venator, and I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. In today's video, we are back on Keeds EU server, continuing our South Plains River journey. And while yes, the new update dropped early this week, I've been out of town on vacation, so I already had this video prepared, so I will get to the new update next week. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the carnage. My past few sessions in South Plains River have been absolutely loaded with action. I couldn't believe how many things were still coming around this area and just drinking from the shore like that dibble you saw in the last clip. Here, I had this trio of dibbles, and they knew I was in the river, but they continued to taunt me and try and entice me into coming up for a grab. And here, I thought I would have enough stamina to get them back in the river, but I just fell short. I wasn't quite sure what the max range that I could run up, grab something, and get back was, but that was just about the edge of it. I got him here in the river, but he was able to escape and swim back to shore. And man, his buddy actually did a decent amount of damage to me on the walk back. Once night had fallen, I decided to try my luck at some bush croc, but this stego, well, he came out from the other side of the hill where I couldn't see and came to drink right next to me. He walked all the way up and around this bush without seeing me, but my luck ran out. After he was done drinking, well, he walked right into my bush, and these dibbles had no idea I was here. I think my plan would have worked had it not been for this pesky stego, and just some bad luck. Once he hit my body, he knew I was there, and man, he did some damage. I was lucky to get back to the river alive. And these dibbles, oh, they just loved it. But these dibbles were in for a rude awakening. They continued to just lounge around the river, getting a little bit closer and closer each time. They knew I was low health, and so I don't think they expected me to leave the river for a long time until I was completely healed up. And this guy here, well, he got too close and faced right at the river. I knew this would be a very easy kill that he did not see coming. And evidently his friend across the river wasn't too pleased with it, because he swam across to either try and entice me to drop his friend or maybe get enough hits to kill me. And then the third guy followed across the river as well. That's when I knew that I was probably going to be able to get all three of these with how freely they like to swim across and out into the river. I imagine these guys either hadn't seen a dino here in so long that they kind of forgot the danger of them, or because of the upcoming update, they just really didn't care if they lived or died. But as you can see, they are chasing me in the water. I couldn't believe it. And when I put this guy on the shore to eat him, he swam across and tried to get more hits on me. And they weren't wrong. I was very low on health, but I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. You know, this is something that has never happened the entire time I've been playing the South Plains River. And then, with all the carnage going on, I guess this little Teno didn't either realize or care that there was probably a dino in here. I'm not sure what his plan was, but he was just a quick little casualty in this prolonged dibble fight. And since these guys were body blocking, I had a little idea. I was going to try and bait them into swimming into the middle of the river to attack me. So I climbed up on this rock so I could get a little bit of stamina and a little bit of health back. And I just wanted to see if they would swim out here. And sure enough, this guy did. And I think he didn't even understand it. I'm sure he thought that I was either so hurt that he could kill me, or I didn't have enough stamina to grab him. But nonetheless, he was going down right alongside his friend. And I understand why they were trying it. They couldn't even see my screen, but I was deep in the red. I don't know how many hits away from death I exactly was. I didn't ever check to see how low my bite force had dropped, but all I needed was the stamina to drown them. And seeing that he was the last dibble alive, and I just drowned his friend, I guess he was either just ready to die and go back with his friends or thought he could kill me. But he jumped in and that was 3 dibbles down in the span of about 15 minutes. Now I had more food than I could possibly want, and I had accumulated a nice little kill pile right here on the side of the river. I'm not sure where their stego friend went, but all he could do was watch. I'm pretty sure he was on the other side of the river trying to cross either down there at the lower falls or behind me at the upper river, because he wasn't too happy that I had just killed all his dibble friends. And after healing up, I logged out for the day, and when I returned for my next session, well, I came across a group of 3 Tenos, and just like the dibbles, they saw me enter the water, so they knew I was in the river. And this guy, well, he ran very close to the shore. I wasn't quick enough to line up a grab, but I had a suspicion that his friend here on the rock was going to take the same exact path. And sure enough, he did. I haven't had a nice leading grab from the river like this in a long time. And all his buddy could do was get a few kicks on me. I was full stamina, so there was no chance for escape. And even after seeing their friend go down, they decided to stick around. I'm guessing they needed a drink. This one crossed back over, and he was staying well behind the rock. So I tried to come from behind, but I dashed too far and couldn't follow up lunge. I don't have a lot of practice attacking from that angle. And after he ran back across, he sat down in a spot that he thought he was safe, but I knew he wasn't. Just like the dibbles, they were overconfident. And so I had to show him that nowhere even near the river is a safe spot to sit. People always underestimate how far you can dash up the shore and then sprint and follow up with a lunge before you even have a chance to stand up. The next day when I logged in, there just happened to be another stego right where I was, and he got several good swings on me before I got to the river. And it didn't take long for the action to start. This Dilo was coming to get a drink when a Carno knocked him into the river, and he ran straight into my mouth. I traded a smaller target for a bigger meal, and I couldn't believe it. After that, I'm guessing his buddies showed up, and they were tailing this trike. This guy, not even thinking about a dino in the river, stopped too close to the shore, and my buddy Legolas here, he had the same idea and was going for a grab. And after getting whacked by a stego, well, I almost got annihilated by a trike. But lucky for me, I got back to the river. Time to heal for the next hour. And it wouldn't be a South Plains video with a few rock bugs. These Carnos came up and I got a grab, and just like in the last time I was here in South Plains, he got stuck in the rock. But somehow, he was able to run his way out and escape before we could kill him. And after healing up, this Carno, he was so confident there wasn't a dino here, he came right up to the shore. And, again, for some other reason I do not know, the game just let him go. I really hope that this has been fixed in the horde test, because right there, I didn't even feel like I was looking down too much. I had gone down to the lagoon to see if I could scavenge some bodies, and on my way back up, these Teno and Maia were right here, and I messed up on the Teno. I should have just ran straight to the Maia, because when I got here, I was just trying to drop him off the cliff, but I ran out of stamina, and he was able to escape. What a lucky guy. Also, cliff dropping can be a great strategy right here at this lower waterfall, especially if you're low on stamina. And after following the Maia to the upper river, he ran into some Saras, so I had a feeling he might try and use the river, and sure enough, he did. I even made sure to look up on this grab, and then still, sure enough, somehow, the game just let him go. And maybe my mouse is going out, but I don't think that's the case. Either way, I ran up, got another grab, and a follow-up bite, and that was enough to drop him, combined with the damage that the Saras had already inflicted. The next day, had moved back down to the lower river, and this Carno, I guess he was a little bit lower health, because my grab killed him outright. And then see that rock spot? There has to be something wrong there. It sent his body flying and back down. Luckily for me, since I was low on food, I was still able to eat it. and not even galleys are safe in this spot. This guy couldn't react enough. I got a perfect setup and lunge coming out of the water. And if you've made it this far in the video, well, you're in for a special treat now. And I've sped it up, that way you don't have to see all the stalking. These Carnos were way up on this hill, and they were in a spot where I could use all these bushes and the hill as cover to sneak up right behind them. I don't think they would have ever expected this, and thanks to the rain, I had a pretty easy approach. But once the rain stopped, I had to Z-walk and what I call wiggle walk, which allows you to move very slowly, but you don't make any sound once you get close to them. And that's the main reason for speeding this up, because the wiggle walking takes a decent amount of time and it's not the most entertaining. So I figured, you know what, you guys just care about the end, but I wanted you to see this journey if you made it this far into the video. My partner down below was keeping eyes on them, so that way I knew if they moved, but they just continued sitting in the same spot and I could hear them talking in chat. So once I got close enough, I decided to just walk up to them and see if they'd even notice me. And they never did. One of them saw me, but it was too late. I got the lunge, and since I had a full bar of stamina, I was pretty sure that I could make the walk back to the water. And his buddy was following me, trying to get bites in and entice me to let him go, but it was not happening. Unfortunately, once I reached the water, I didn't have enough stamina to get down in and drown him. And this is the frustrating part, because I guess a friend told me the Carno hitbox is a little messed up. Here, I thought both of those bites would surely hit, and after a grab, I thought that would definitely kill him, but I guess because of the hitbox, it did not. So I went back up on shore to try and chase him down, and his buddy, well, he didn't realize alt bites, so his buddy got killed instead, and, well, that was fine by me. I got one of two of them. And that is where I concluded the South Plains journey. I went ahead and stored the Dino because I knew the new update was coming, and that way, the guy I was playing with could eat my body and continue his journey growing. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you all next time, and happy hunting.